This is North Melbourne are getting overs for what they're letting walk out the door.
They are.
Massive overs.
It's also reflective of how badly they've performed this year. They have pick 2, so their first compensation pick falls at pick 3 because it's after their first...
Probably
come back to Ross Lyon then and you say,
yeah.
Do they deserve that? If they're letting somebody not worth this walk out the door, well done, Bombers, and they receive pick 3 for it, that is unfair to all the teams that precede them.
And as Gillon McLaughlin said
after.
the following day or the next couple of days in the 360 desk in between Gerard and Robbo, he said there's compromise everywhere if you want to look too deeply. But yes, there are flaws in the system.
But this is glaring.
This is glaring, and there are flaws in the system. Essendon has taken full advantage of it, and North Melbourne have...
Good luck to them.
And the AFL aren't going to be too upset by that because they're trying to help North Melbourne out. The good thing is, of course, is that they... but he was a Bomber fan as a kid as well, which is always important when it comes to trade period, doesn't it?
Well, I think it's pretty important for them. I think the contract probably helped as well. That's $800K or so. It probably helps as well. But obviously, that's which
that's
which,
Ben
by
on the
way?
left, obviously, and Harry on the
obviously,
right.
yeah, obviously.
How do you work that out?
No, I've got no idea. I just thought I'd say that. If you say it confidently enough, people will believe you. But
they're both getting paid well, so that's good.
Yeah. All right. Well, let's talk about where that now leaves the Kangaroos. You talked about them getting significant compensation. What are they going to do with it?
This is extraordinary. So they've got picks 2, 3, 15 and 21 in this year's draft. And then they've got a later pick as well. Then their natural first-round selection next year, plus 2 end-of-first-round selections next year as part of the AFL's compensation package. So
Probably.
Probably. So,
which is bizarre in itself.
I mean, they've effectively got the opportunity, and Gillon McLaughlin confirmed on AFL 360, if they trade them out, we're not taking them back next year retrospectively. So if they're there for them to use, I think it is them or no one really in the box seat for pick 1 at West Coast here. They have got such a suite of picks that I think no other club can compete with what North Melbourne are able to offer at the draft table when it comes to getting pick 1 and potentially, I think we all think Harley Reid.
It's not 2 and 3. You're not packaging those 2 up. That's
well, West Coast, I think
West Coast would love that.
Initially, West Coast is saying
one of them definitely.
I think West Coast's initial position is, as in many deals, yeah, sure, give us 2 and 3, please, and then we'll take it. We need you to turn our head. Rowan O'Brien said that at the trade launch on Monday. They're going to drive a hard bargain, 2 and 3 initially. I don't think North will part with that, even given that ridiculous hand they've got.
So, the one thing you've got to do when you're looking at those numbers is put yourself in the West Coast Eagles situation. All right, you might say, yeah, leave him in Melbourne. We want our West Australian boys. But we need somebody in the window of 23 to 27 years of age. So we'll package up a pick or 2, whatever it is, but we want somebody from North Melbourne. This is what I would do if I was on the West Coast Eagles selection committee for these draft picks. I'd want somebody who can come in and fill the void, that gap between 23 and 28-year-olds on their list. And if you've got number 1 and North Melbourne want number 1 to get Harley Reid, you will find a way to prize somebody we have not even yet discussed out of North Melbourne with one of those picks.
You pay overs or maybe an ex-West Australian or something
May have to. So, off the top of my head, Cam Zurhaar, he sort of had a go. I know he's contracted, but they will come up with a name that they want to prize out because they are not mature enough. They're very mature at the top end, but ageing mature.
Yeah.
They're not mature in that hard-bodied 25-year-ish of age player. So they'll want someone there. I can't see them just saying, give us all your picks you got that you can spare that we do a deal for. They will want somebody personnel to slide in there as well.
Gut feel, do you think that it'll end up getting done to North?
I think North get pick 1. I think the AFL's almost... They've given them the arsenal to make this happen, and I think West Coast, obviously, they are talking up the fact that they would love to have pick 1 and Harley Reid at this stage. They're thinking of taking pick 1, and then also there's plenty of players that they can take with pick 1. But I think where West Coast are at the moment, they could cash in big time here on the potential of Harley Reid and the promise of him that we all hear from the recruiting world and weaponise that to get the haul of a lifetime. So I think North get this done. I really think that they are in the box seat and no one else can come close.
West Coast took Chris Judd, though.
They did.
Many years ago.
Yeah. They did. They can back themselves in, I'm sure.
That many, the Eagles,